Hello, hello, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a Dua Lipa makeup recreation, specifically from her primary makeup artist, Katie Jane Hughes. I love, love, love her style and how well she just knows her face. And it's nothing crazy, so if this is something that you want to recreate for your everyday makeup routine, you can totally do that. Because I feel like KJH really just enhances her natural features. So I think a lot of people will like this look. Also, before we actually get into the video, let me know what you think about this lighting. I added one extra like fake light because I primarily film my, actually almost all my videos in natural daylight. So just so you can see the makeup true to color and my skin texture with makeup. But I got a comment on my last video that it looks a little bit too dark, horror film-esque, if you will. So if that's something you agree with, let me know if you like this one better, or I can add even more lights. I think it mainly has to do with my background being a little bit grayish. I don't know, but whatever you think, whatever your preference is for as a viewer for lighting, let me know if you want it super bright or if you just want me to keep it at the natural daylight. Let me know. Let's get into this makeup routine. Okay, so my skin is already completely prepped. I use the Slug Boost Hydrating Mist, VRSED Moisturizer Gel Cream, as well as the Ole Henricksen Banana Bright Eye Cream underneath my eyes about 5 minutes ago. So it's really fresh. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. I love this product. It would honestly be a little bit better if you had a darker version, like how people use it nowadays with like a bronzing effect instead of just like here on the high points. But either way, it is such a beautiful product and really, really lightweight. Now I'm going to move on to bronzing my skin, so we're going to work backwards, and I watch basically all of Katie Jane Hughes' Instagram stories, and she starts kind of backwards with her makeup. But that's the way that I love watching, makeup artists work and their different approach to it. It's a lot of back and forth. You don't just like complete one step and then move on. You see how the makeup works together and with the features, most importantly. So I'm going to start off by using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation stick. This is the Shine Free foundation. This is in the shade Coconut as a true like bronzer to warm up my skin. So I'm not going to be really precise with the placement of this, but what I am going to do is kind of like even focus it on the cheeks as opposed to like to the traditional line, because we're going to do that afterwards with contour. Contour and bronze for you. Do not just copy and paste the lines that you see on social media, because it will not work to your advantage at all. And now I want to go in with the true contour. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer Contour Balm in the shade Sculpted. And I'm going to warm this up also in the back of my hand. And although I used majority of the Maybelline color and it's blended, you can see the true like tone difference between these two, bronzer and contour. So something that's going to give you a lot more shadow is this CoverGirl one. So I'm going to use a smaller brush for that because we really want to pinpoint it. I'm going to use a smaller side of the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. If you buy anything, whether you are a professional makeup artist or a beginner, this brush is foolproof. And I'm going to apply this right in the top of the ear, in the cheekbone, like hollow area, and then wherever I want to make an area look smaller. Oh my god. The skin is looking really good, and she loves like a flushed cheek. So I'm going to go in first with this Patrick Ta She's So LA color. This is Gorgina. And the larger side of the Makeup by Mario brush, I'm going to use the cream. And with her makeup, I noticed that she like kind of brings it even over her nose for that sun-kissed look, and it's super, super flattering. So that's what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to use pressing motions. Oh, that's gorgeous. Now I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Endless Cacao. There is no Katie Jane Hughes look without Endless Cacao. So I'm going to go right on the lash line, really messily, just trying to define it and give it a bit more shadow for now. And this is not a waterproof pencil, so you can go back and forth to blend it as many times as you need. But also keep in mind it's not going to last like all day. One thing that I love in like really celebrity makeup looks is that they have this kind of sultry inner corner liner. Even though it's not super obvious, it's very effective. And a little bit right here on the outer corner as well. Very, very little. Nothing crazy. And then just go in with your finger to blend it out. I want to bring in a little bit of that warmth that we have on our cheeks onto the eyes as well. So I'm going in with that same Maybelline contour and a large fluffy brush just to introduce some of those same tones on the eye. But when you're working along the lash line, you don't want to use anything that's too warm because it's not going to create the effect of depth. Dark browns, blacks, grays along the lash line are really effective in creating that like definition that you want. So keep in mind, if you're trying to make something really smoky and you're like, it's not working, it's just looking muddy, try a more cool toned color. Now I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes 1 palette and taking a bit of this last color, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Actually, not 5, 4 and 8 mixed together on that same brush. Every time I pick up an eyeshadow, I press the shadow in the actual brush. I never go like this. Well, I mean, I sometimes do, but this is my primary technique. And then sometimes this, but that's very rare. You're just taking off product. You're not making it even or smoothing it out in the brush. So pressing it in like this, that goes for face products as well as eye makeup. That will really help in blending. So I'm gonna start pressing this into the crease, lightly blending it outward. And then with a little bit of a smaller brush, I'm gonna go in with the 6th color in the palette and start deepening it right here on the outer corner. I should have put an eye primer on, but I didn't think of that until now. Before I see if I want to add any more darkness in terms of eyeshadow or eyeliner, I'm going to go in with mascara because that's going to be the final indicator of can my eye take any more darkness or is it going to be just enough with the mascara. I'm going to give them a really good curl with my Tweezerman lash curler because she has gorgeous long lashes, and use the Lancôme Idole mascara. Period. Also, I just want to show you, this is the makeup so far with the light turned off and then with the light. And now for the tiniest bit of shimmer, I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. And these top 2 shimmers right here. This is quite gorgeous. Now for the tiniest bit of concealer, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. And I'm going to go in with this Flower Beauty concealer brush. And really, as Katie Jane Hughes says, stretch out the concealer. And you're like, Anna, you're covering up all that blush that we did. And that is primarily true. However, I'm going to reintroduce another color on top of this so that it can bring it forward and make the concealer look even more natural. This is a phenomenal concealer. This is technically the old version of the Ultra HD. I don't know how the new one compares, but this is stunning. Also, what I tried recently is the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer per Katie Jane Hughes. And that one is also awesome. It's a lot like fuller coverage, but if you are into that fantasy, then absolutely highly recommend. Now we're gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario Pinch Me Pink blush. This is gorgeous with the larger side of the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. And because this is a bit more vibrant, I'm going to really focus it on like the perimeter of the apple, if that makes sense, like a bit more area covered instead of just right here. I'm gonna make it all over and go over the nose like we said too. This is a very, very like healthy looking blush and color. A bit of brow gel now. This is the Kosas Air Brow. Oh, this is harder than I ever thought it would be. Faux freckles. I do not know how I feel about that, but we're gonna zoom out so you can't see. Let's use a touch of that She's So LA powder side of the Patrick Ta blush underneath the eye just to set that blush. Now, lip time. Katie is not really into Katy Perry? No. Katy Jane Hughes does not typically do like a super defined lip line. It's always like kind of blurred, especially when she uses Endless Cacao. She's utilizing it as like a shadow effect. And really blend it out with my finger. I would highly recommend this type of pencil to anybody that has like really dry lips or like mature lips, because it is a gel formula. It's not as drying as other ones, and you don't have to rely on having freshly moisturized lips for this to look good. And then I'm gonna go in with a tiny bit of Pillow Talk right in the center. The eyeshadow is a bit too warm for my liking now that I see it completed. So I'm gonna go in with a really light eyeshadow color that's, you know, pigmented, so that I can neutralize it a bit more. Last but certainly not least, a little bit of L'Oreal Infallible 3-second spray. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. And any feedback you have or any other video ideas that you want to see, leave them in the comments. And with that, I will see you on the next one. Bye.